If any of you are like me, a college student, fresh into summer, you may still be scrambling for an internship for this summer, or even beyond. And I think we can all attest to how challenging of an experience it is to find an internship in your major, much more so one that actually pays. So when I saw in my Google search a company looking for a social media intern and that I could most likely work from home, I clicked. And here's what the description read. Oppa is a social tip jar. Think Instagram with money. With 150,000 users globally and $2 million shared on the platform.
Hey, stop!
Last summer, paid
Why?
summer associates
I just don't
worked
get it.
No
out
one
of
cares.
I just couldn't for the life of me figure out how it would work, but I was interested. The pay seemed alright and the experience would round out my resume. What's not to love? The description recommended experience with the app, and LinkedIn said I was among the first 25 applicants to apply, so I wanted to give myself the greatest edge I could and took the plunge, downloading the app. As the app downloaded, I wanted to know more, so I did some quick searching and really only found one incredibly consistent phrase: it's Instagram, but with money. Beyond that, the articles and their own website did not do a fantastic job of explaining what the app was about, or what you were supposed to do on there. By this time, the app had finished downloading, and I figured I may as well figure it out myself. Upon opening the app, I was immediately greeted with images that made the app feel designed for the Asian marketplace. Cute, chibi animals and that specific shade of red. So when it asked for access to my Facebook account, I was hesitant. While I know that the all-knowing Zuck has access to probably some of the most intimate details of my life, I was not sure if I wanted to share that power with Ching Ho. And no, that's not a racial stereotype, that is literally the CEO of the app. I connected my account anyways and uploaded the minimum of 6 pictures to start your profile. The first thing I noticed about the app was that it was nothing like Instagram. It was confusing and it felt very clunky. The tabs were all completely different from that of the traditional, streamlined, and individualized Instagram experience. The closest thing they had to that traditional experience is their Discover feature, which allows you to flip through snapshots of other users, not unlike Tinder, minus the swipe left option. It even gave their proximity to you if you were close enough. That's when I got the first message. Someone sent me a wink. Having no idea what that was, I responded, "Hey, can I help you?" To which there was no response, but attached to the wink was $1, which was then added to my Oppa account piggy bank. Another similar message appeared from what I realized were bots meant to deliver you your starting currency. You see, that is what Oppa is all about. The social tip jar boils down to giving money from your piggy bank in one of 2 ways. Either through triple tapping one of their photos and sending them 10 cents, or by sending another user a drink or other digital product. What sets this above Patreon is that in order to collect any money sent to you by the drink, you actually have to respond to the user who sent it to you within 24 hours. The gears started turning in my head, and I designed a test to see if my hypothesis was true. The hypothesis? Oppa is a platform for e-boys and e-girls to sell private Insta, snaps, nudes, and lewds. And the test? Would I be able to find someone who actively would solicit one or more of the above items to me within 2 days of having the app? Long story short, the test was concluded when a user sent me a topless photo of herself and the classic lines, "Hey, how are you?" And she was not the first to start the conversation in a more flirtatious, buy nudes from me kind of way, but she was by far the most direct. In fact, the more I was on the app, the more I found 2 very specific types of e-girls. The hey babies, who would send you a message and or photos unsolicited in hopes that you would send them money for more photos, or just because you liked what you saw. Or what I called twofers, whose bio read more like a restaurant menu, except instead of selling burgers and fries, they sold Snapchat and Instagram accounts. This only begged more questions to me. Why wouldn't all the eGirls move to this platform where you could arguably make more money faster while also giving your clients, if you will, a more personalized experience? It seemed like a no-brainer to me. I also had to wonder if Oppa knew what was going on. Oftentimes on social media sites, the sheer scale of the user base is too large to filter out all the people breaking the rules, but these girls were more upfront and honest than any other eGirls I have seen in my entire life. I also had to wonder if they were breaking the rules. Maybe Oppa actually had something against this in their terms of service. And at this point, I went to look through their terms of service, in which it was incredibly quick to say that its users must be over the age of 18. And while Oppa themselves did not condone any sexual behavior on the app, their users should be wary of it and expect it. Later on, they list a series of no, don't post those, which includes sexually explicit content among other things which the app could easily be used to sell. So what is Oppa exactly supposed to be used for? Personal branding, and beyond that, businesses, despite that going against their own terms of service. At least that's what it says in the press kit, where it shows a restaurant tipping users in the area to get notifications on their phone and have some kind of interaction with their potential customers. Something that stood out to me in particular from the press kit was the entire page dedicated to tipping and money upload driven by young women, which to me implies that Oppa knows full well who is bringing money into the app and, like Twitch, is letting things slide when it comes to their more popular female users. While the concept of personal branding is relatively new, when pulled off well, it's incredibly effective. But this cult of personality and self-branding content leads to one primary type of content that requires arguably the least amount of effort: lewds and nudes.
Man, it's getting hot in here. I hope you don't mind I unbutton a couple buttons here. I hope you don't mind that.
Take a peek at some Instagram models and eGirls and you will notice a few things in common. The profile almost exclusively hosts pictures of said women in scant clothing, whether it be a lewd outfit or a sports bra and short shorts, and either a short and sweet caption or a question for the audience as a caption. Sweeping generalization aside though, this has led to a saturation of the market in the most extreme sense. Today, with a camera or two in everyone's pocket, the title of model, alongside with some other Instagram favorites such as photographer, artist, adventurer, have almost no meaning and usually sound more like your 12-year-old nephew saying he would be the next big Minecraft YouTuber. And yes, Mom, YouTube is a job. Now close the door so I can record my Minecraft Let's Play.
Are you serious? This is torture. You're torturing me and everyone else watching. Wait.
Oppa's method for making money is straightforward, which is probably the most honorable thing about the app. Whatever money you send to others by way of drinks and other in-app names for money is added to the user's piggy bank. Once that user reaches $25, they can opt to cash out, withdrawing the money into a PayPal account, with Oppa taking a cut for the processing, of course. But there are benefits to keeping money in your piggy bank. First, the more money you have in your account, the more featured you will be by the app's algorithm. If you have a certain amount of money, you can search for specific communities and send messages without actually tipping the person you are sending messages to, which is especially useful for the hey babies hustling around the app. In this way, Oppa entices its users to keep the money in-app, and if you don't cash out, Oppa simply can pocket that money and move on. Users like myself, who add in $10 out of their own pockets, will never cash out, as personally I don't feel like hustling that hard to get a mere $25, nor do I feel like selling nudes or lewds, or like anyone would actually buy my nudes or lewds. Instead, I will gradually lose interest in the app once I realize it has nothing to offer me and the internship posting was a marketing stunt, meaning that the remaining $3.70 in my account are as good as Oppa's. Good hustle, Oppa. So overall, what is Oppa? Oppa is Instagram, but with money. And eGirls. Lots and lots of eGirls. While Oppa's original intent, at least according to their white paper, was to have a social money messenger where you can send a picture and $5 to a dermatologist who will say that the blemish on your skin is not skin cancer, or host a house party for users in your area so you can see who recommends what contractors, the current content on the app does not reflect this at all, and Oppa's own press kit seems to go against this idea with the aforementioned slide dedicated to how they're getting rich off of young women's nudes. I'm honestly curious to see what the future holds for Oppa and its users. It tapped into a market that I honestly never would have thought of, so I have to applaud them on that. In the age of easy access to nudes and lewds, and with the upcoming generation comfortable spending more and more money on apps and one-time experiences, the amateur market for sexual content could not be any better. Especially for those who want to sell small-scale and non-public so they can disassociate themselves with it after they are through with the app. In the meantime, if you're looking to turn a quick buck and don't mind being legally and morally loose, Oppa's your market. Thanks for watching. I know this video is different from the only other video on this channel, but I'm looking into doing more content like this until I can get on board another film project or make my own film. Please leave a like or dislike according to how you enjoyed the video, and leave a comment if you have any questions, comments, concerns, doubts, death threats, and so on. And I'll see you in the next video.